What's up, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Today we'll be going over my final mock draft before the 2023 NFL draft. One day before. Tomorrow's gonna be real crazy. I can't wait. Phenomenal talent in this year's draft class. A lot of talent. This will be fun. We got trades. We got things happening already. We're gonna see what happens on Thursday. And I can't wait. I hope you all can't wait until your team selects, and it might be good, it might be bad, it might be, maybe he's good. You don't know. Let's get right into it, dude. I'm super excited, and I'm pretty confident in this mock draft right here. I'm pretty happy, pretty confident, dude. I've gone through this like several times, dude. I'm confident in this one right here. Let's get right into it, dude. Alright, first overall pick, the Panthers select Bryce Young. Bryce Young's the best quarterback in this year's draft. Let's be real. The only negative with Bryce Young is his height. It is a big thing in the NFL because he is playing against taller, faster, and stronger athletes. And it's going to be difficult for him. But I think he can overcome that and be a phenomenal quarterback in the league, and hopefully he can win with the Panthers. I had C.J. Stroud for forever now, but the stuff with C.J. Stroud happening right now is big, it's huge, and what it is that he scored at 18% out of 100 on a test that's literally essentially read and react. You have a certain amount of time to make the right decision at an NFL level, not at a college level, at an NFL level. So he's getting, he has a short amount of time to make a decision. And he scored 18, and Bryce Young scored in 98%. And you could definitely see that on tape, dude. You really could. If you watch Bryce Young throughout his college career, he's a very smart quarterback. He knows where his guys are. He knows what the defense looks like, and he reads it, and he makes the play, even with his short height, And then C.J. Stroud, you see his right when he was his sophomore year, man, you could see it, dude, on the tapes. It didn't, he did struggle, and then obviously that Georgia game that he went off, man, helped him very good, very drastic, very. It helped him big time in the drafts. It helped the stock a lot. And when it comes down to the test, man, that's a big one. It's a big one. 18. There's a quote or a source that said that there's never been a quarterback who has the lowest score that has been successful in the NFL. He scored 18. That is a bad score. There has not been a quarterback successful with a low score on that test. So it's a big deal. It really is. It is a really big deal. But for me personally, I would like the Panthers to stick with their guns and select C.J. Stroud still, because they did trade up for him. Let's be real. They traded up for C.J. Stroud. They could legit say, "Oh, we traded up for Bryce Young," but let's be real. They traded up for C.J. Stroud. They talked about it at the combine. They had that little conversation on the stand, saying, "Hey, this is our guy. I like what I saw from him at the combine. Let's trade up for him. How are we gonna trade up for him? We give him this, that," and they did that. So it's still like for them to select C.J. Stroud, because they'll give him confidence, and yeah, it just will show that. It would just give him confidence, man, and I would just like to see the Panthers select C.J. Stroud, but Bryce Young's probably the safest and the right pick for the Panthers. Just watching the tape, watching all his stuff, he's legit. And then the Texans, I have him selecting Will Anderson. I had them selecting Bryce Young, but all the stuff happening, bro. Bryce Young's not there. Will Anderson's the next best player. They're taking Will Anderson. He'll be a phenomenal duo with their head coach. Their head coach is fun. I mean, he's a defensive coordinator, so he has a defensive mind. Will Anderson and him should be a phenomenal duo. And then the Eagles, I have them trading up for Jalen Carter. You might be saying that's too high for them to be trading up for. I don't think so. I really don't think so. And why is that? Because they're trying to win right now. They really are. They're trying to win right now. They have the firepower to trade up. They have for another first-round pick. And the Cardinals, I'm going to be real, I think the market for trading down for them is not too hot right now. CJ Stroud, I think, messed that up for them. And yeah, it's going to be really hard for them to trade out. But for the Cardinals, I believe they want quantity over quality of picks, you know. I think they would want a lot of picks in this year's draft, second and third round picks, and maybe deeper into the rounds, like fourth, fifth. And they want picks later, like next year, you know. And I think the Eagles are willing to give away next year picks and this year picks, you know. And you'll see what I'll break it down when it comes down to it. Just know the Eagles have the third pick right here, and the Cardinals have the 10th pick. And yeah. The Colts, I think they'll take a shot on CJ Stroud. I mean, CJ Stroud, he looked good in his last year. The Colts are, a decently built team. They still have a decent line. They have a good receiver core. They don't really have a known tight end, but the defense is pretty solid as well. So CJ Stroud, he would just be stepping into essentially a more professional Ohio State because the Colts do have a line. They do have receivers, so it will be easier for him to, to develop. And then the Seahawks, I got him taking Wilson. Definitely going defense right here. They could go Anthony Richardson, but I think Wilson is just a higher value. Guy's phenomenal edge rusher. He's powerful. He's long. And he didn't do the combine, but I'm pretty sure if he did, he would have tested really nice. And then for the Lions, I got him taking Witherspoon. I think he's just their guy. I think they like him. So I have him taking them. The Raiders, I got him taking Joey Porter Jr., lockdown corner. They definitely the corner. And Joey Porter, I think it's a great fit. A lockdown corner for them. Lockdown one side of the field. For the Falcons, we got our first receiver off the board right here. Smith-Njigba from Ohio State. In the past couple of years, the Falcons have been going offense. I think they go right here with Smith-Njigba, offense. And he could be lined up in the slot. He's phenomenal in the slot. He could be lined up outside as well. And then you got Drake London and Pitts. So I think there'd be a phenomenal trio right there, dude. And then for the Bears, they go tackle, left tackle right here. The best tackle off the board. Peter Skoronski from Northwestern. It's a need, and he's a very good tackle right there. So the Cardinals, they have the 10th pick right here. So Paris Johnson, I think, is the safest pick. And if he doesn't work out at tackle, you can move him to guard. And you need to get protection for Kyle Murray. So he got him right here. You get him right here. Whoa. And then for the Titans, I got him going tackle right here. Tannehill was getting absolutely murdered last year. And yeah, it was horrible for them. So Wright from Tennessee, he's staying home at Tennessee. And he should be a phenomenal player for them. The Texans, I got him going line as well. Jones. The Texans could double down on defense right here, but they have to get line to help protect Mills or for their future quarterback, their future franchise quarterback. Because Mills could legitimately be just a guy that's there for now. And then for the Packers, man. It's really hard to pick for the Packers because they haven't picked a receiver for forever. They haven't picked a receiver ever in the first round, dude. And I'm going with the receiver this year because if you look at the receivers, man, it's horrible, man. It's horrible. Romeo Dobbs, and then Christian Watson, man. You got to get a playmaker. Jordan Addison is that playmaker. He's that separator as well. He's phenomenal route running, and he's phenomenal after the catch. And yeah, and the Titans. The Titans. I got them trading with the Patriots for Will Levis, getting the quarterback of the future right here. I know they have Willis, but they don't like Willis. Let's be real. They haven't liked Willis at all. He's kind of a casualty as well. Like A.J. Brown was a casualty to the Titans as well. And I think Willis is a casualty from the former GM that they had, last year. So I think they trade they trade for the quarterback right here, Will Levis. The Patriots, they trade out, and it's gonna be hard for the Titans to trade with the Patriots, but I don't think the Patriots will be that hard to negotiate with. Probably give them like a second round or third round or something like that, to get their guys, yeah. And then the Jets, they're going O-line for sure to protect Rodgers. Rodgers, he's on the older side. He's literally like 40 years old or something like that. So he's not going to be able to take that many hits, nor is he going to be able to move out of the pocket that much. So you got to get him some protection. So Harris from Oklahoma only allowed 1 sack in his whole career. So, yeah, you got a pass protector right there. And then Christian Gonzalez from Oregon to Washington. He's my best corner in this year's draft. Washington, I think, really needs a corner. They need a tight end as well, but I don't think they value tight ends, so I think they're going to go best player available, and Christian Gonzalez is right there. And then Kansi, I don't know, I'm probably saying that wrong, probably. From Pittsburgh, he's staying in Pittsburgh. Phenomenal fit, I feel like. And, yeah. Miles Murphy to the Lions. Speed rusher right here. And, yeah, he'll be a phenomenal fit with Hutchinson. And then for the Bucks, man, I wanted to go tackle with them, but I'm going to go with best guard. They need help offensively from the guard and tackles. I would like to have gone tackles, but all of them have basically been taken. And yeah, so we're going to go with the best guard in this year's draft class. And then Anthony Richardson falls to the Seahawks at number 20. I think that's very possible for them. And I think it'll be a phenomenal steal for the Seahawks right here. And I think Richardson will need to sit a couple of years, because he's only had 1 official season. And I think he wouldn't have to, just sit behind a veteran and learn, and he'll, do his thing. And then Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee to the Chargers. A deep threat machine. Has elite speed. Great separation. Herbert will have a phenomenal receiver right here, dude. I think it'll be a phenomenal duo. Deep threat. Herbert has an elite arm. Jalen Hyatt could go get it, man. And then Dante Banks, man, from Maryland. He's just a Raven. He's a for sure Raven to me. And I don't think really anyone has him mocked to the Ravens, but when you watch his style of, his game, he fits the Ravens system big time, dude. So, Banks is, to me, a no-brainer for the Ravens. And then Johnston from TCU, big receiver, or not like big, but a taller receiver, lengthy, long strides, phenomenal after the catch, questionable hands, but that's why you got Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson has that guaranteed catch, and he's phenomenal after the catch as well. But Johnson, he is a playmaker, and yeah, I think it'll be a phenomenal duo, Johnston and Justin Jefferson. I would like to see that. Then Michael Mayer from Notre Dame, I think is perfect fit for the Jags. He could block, and he's a safe tight end, for Trevor Lawrence to dump the ball off to and stuff like that. He's very smart, and the Jags just haven't gotten into agreement with Evan Ingram. They haven't gotten a long-term deal with him. I think Michael Mayer is the reason why, because if he falls to them, I think it's a no-brainer for them to select him. And then for the Giants, John Michael Schmitz from Minnesota. He's a center. The Giants need that inside help. I think John is that guy. I have the past mocks, I had him taking receiver, but I'm gonna go inside right here. And yeah. And then for the Cowboys, I have him taking a running back, Robinson from Texas, top 5 player in this year's draft. Phenomenal running back. And it'd be a cool storyline for him because he only met with the Eagles and the Bucks. So it'll be phenomenal. It'll be cool to see him play against the Eagles every 2 times a year. That's 2 times a year, That'll be a phenomenal story. And then the Bills, and he stays in Texas too. And the Bills take Simpson. They need a linebacker. Simpson's 6'3", speedy, goes down the field. The Bills need him. The Bills really do need him. I was gonna go guard right here, but I think the Bills like who they got, so I got Simpson to fill in that void that they got. Dalton Kincaid falls to the Bengals. Joe Burrow is a happy man because of this, because Kincaid is an absolute beast, and Isamu played phenomenal with Joe Burrow. So did what's his name? Hursk? I forgot his name. But Kincaid is a legit receiving tight end, and Burrow would have a phenomenal. It'll be phenomenal for Kincaid to be on the Bengals right here. Zay Flowers falls all the way to 29. Zay Flowers is a legit guy, route runner, phenomenal speed, a playmaker as well. And pair him up with Chris Olave, Michael Thomas if he does play, and then Kamara. That's a phenomenal offense right there. And then the Eagles, they do keep their 30th pick. I don't think the Cardinals would want it. I think the Cardinals were more into the second round, third round, and then next year's first round, and then third and second. I think they'll take all of that. I think they'll let the Eagles keep the 30th pick. But you never know. Maybe. I just don't think there's that much value at 30th, And even though then the second and third are 30th pick as well. It's very tough. But I think they want more quantity over quantity, They'll take the Cardinals will take the second, the third, and other round picks, and then next year picks, probably a first round as well, and then second and third again, or something like that. They'll take a lot more picks than first round picks. So if they do keep their first round pick, I have them taking Brian Branch, the best safety available. And you could say the Cardinals, they would want to keep this pick. You probably would say the Cardinals would want to keep this pick to get Brian Branch, but Brian Branch is he's a strong safety. He's the one that's going to be in the box, stop the run. That's why I have him going to the Eagles, because they need a run stuffer. Brian Branch is that guy. But I don't know. The Cardinals could very easily take the 30th pick. I just think that they'll take the second, third, instead of a 30th pick, Because if they take the 30th pick, I feel like they won't get anything that much else. The Eagles probably keep the second and the third round, where they could get a second and third round instead of just one for another first round pick. That's what I'm trying to say. So Brian Branch to the Eagles right here. I think it'll be a phenomenal draft for the Eagles if that would happen. But maybe it's all a dream. And then for the Chiefs, I got them taking Lucas Van Ness. This guy is very new to the sport. And I think the Chiefs like, very raw prospect guys who are going to be, a build around. Take a couple of years to get better. But Lucas, he's legit. He's a legit guy as well. And I think him going to the Chiefs will be a phenomenal fit. And that is it, man. That is it. I hope you all enjoyed, man. I'm not gonna lie, I had fun making this one. And this one I actually felt pretty confident. I feel like the trades that I made sense. Because the Cardinals, they want quantity. Because they have a lot of holes on that team now. So they will take an extra second rounds and third rounds. Instead of taking 2 first rounds. And also they'll take next year's picks as well. And I don't think the Eagles care about next year's pick because they want to win now. And then for the Titans, I do believe they will trade back. It just would be cool for them to trade with the Patriots. Now for the Patriots, what would they get? It's like tough. Like do the Titans give up second rounds and third rounds to trade up in the first round? I don't think so because that roster needs help just like the Cardinals. So maybe they hope Will Levis falls and then maybe trade up where they don't have to give the value. But the Patriots probably will trade out of that position anyway, so I just thought, it would fit for both of them, And that's basically it, man. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I hope your team drafts the player you want, man. You never know. And we all hope that all these people are successful and accomplish their dreams. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day and peace.